Hi, and welcome to Coding After Work.
It's time again. It's that time again.
It is. It's a very slimy time.
It is a lot slimy time. When we began this Coding After Work thing, it happens to be an occasion every time. It was, I don't remember what Christmas, and it was
Halloween,
something and
Easter.
something. And now it's Halloween again.
It is. It is. And since we can't have any real life hackathons, well, we might be able to start soon enough.
Yeah,
Maybe
soon.
next Halloween we can have a Halloween party. So I'm wearing the scariest thing I know.
Cats.
No, DC. But it is a cat, just to compensate for all the scariness. And it's also not green screen friendly.
You have a hole in your stomach.
Yeah. It kind of matches the slime, though.
It does.
Well, what are we doing today? Speaking of slime. Or scary stuff.
So what
I
are we
don't know.
doing today? Let's see. Let's pop into this view. So first, I want to talk about something that came out yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It's REPL. I have no idea what that actually... I'm assuming it's short for something. But
Well,
I
it's
don't know what
just,
it is.
It looks like an acronym of sorts.
Yeah, but okay. REPL for Blazor.
Mm-hmm.
So Telerik has made a kind of a now I'm forgetting the name of the other tools out there, similar tools out there. Simply put, you can write some Blazor code.
CodePen.
Exactly like CodePen.
Yeah.
Thank you. So you can write some Razor syntax here, and you can run it, and it's going to get compiled. And soon enough, we're going to see a working counter demo. There we go.
Oh, and that's actually the one we use, that we get out of the box. When
Almost. So they add a little bit of code here. So if counter is less than 0, we're going to just do the normal thing. If it's more than 100, if it's less than 100,
Yeah.
then it's going to increment by 10. And if it's even bigger, so if we go up to 10, check it out now. Boom, 20, 30, 40,
I
50.
see. A little bit
And-
more logic than the out-of-the-box one.
Now, what do you think going to happen now?
200. Is it 200?
It is 200.
And just to be clear, this is happening in the browser. You're running code in the browser, meant for the browser, but still, it's like CodePen and all the other awesome tools, but for Blazor.
Yeah, and you can add files up here. You can configure stuff, start up.
Could I do basically everything there? Not
think
use an
so.
IDE? Yeah?
I think so.
Cool.
I
mean, within reason.
Yeah, exactly. You have package managers. You can get your packages in there.
Oh,
Your
really?
NuGet packages.
I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
The Telerik, all the Telerik components are already in there, so just use them.
Of course.
You can add JS or CSS. You can add. We also have a little bit of different.
Oh, the theme. Oh, there's a
streaming.
Nordic theme. What's the Nordic theme? It's right there in the middle. What is the Nordic theme?
Well, we
No
don't
different.
we don't have any components here.
Yeah, of course.
And
That's cool.
kind of a cool thing. Let's say that I add Blossom here. Components. So I'm not going to do the whole thing here, but if I add Blossom, I want to add this version. That's fine.
And you have done nothing in this to prepare for this.
So yeah, I'm not going to actually have a little bit of problem implementing Blossom in this environment. So I don't know what the problem is. Maybe it's my fault, probably my fault. But as you can see here, we will get all the JavaScript files. We can include them if we want to. We have styles, we can include them, and they come from the NuGet package.
That is cool.
So it's really, really cool.
That is cool. And to be fair, you haven't had the time to
actually
look into it. It
was
just
released
came out.
yesterday, so
Just
yeah,
came out.
yeah. So it's I'm definitely going to check that
cool.
out. And the most important thing, of course, is the share button.
Yeah.
So we can share this. We can embed it in with an iframe. So we can put all of this goodness on GitHub
Blog?
or anything like that. Or blog, yeah, absolutely. So this is
That's cool.
super helpful.
Yeah, definitely. And especially, I think, for people who are not on GitHub, it's very helpful because you can still go along in the code if you're watching a video, for example. I know a lot of YouTubers do that when they talk about CSS, but they don't want to put it on GitHub because some people may or may not be on there, and maybe it's easier just to see it in the browser.
Right.
You don't have to have an account and all of that stuff.
Right.
So that's pretty cool.
And of course, we need to mention If, our amazing sponsor.
And thank you for the lights.
We actually do have a couple of new lights in here, so hopefully the drunk camera will not be with us today. Let's hope
Not be as drunk
Yeah.
as before. Hopefully the lights will.
So thank you so much. You make all of this possible.
Yeah.
But we have more news. We've talked about NDC Oslo.
Yeah. We
Which
are
is-
recording podcasts over there.
So if there's some of the speakers you would love for us to interview, please reach out and we will try and do that.
Yep.
But we have more news.
Yeah, we do.
You are speaking at NDC London.
I am. I'm back to where it started.
Is it possible
So
to
many
say
years ago.
London in another accent than...
But you don't say London when you say it in Swedish.
But I'm not saying London.
No,
I'm
you
going to say
say-
London. like Tom Holland. I'm from London. Cheers, mate. No, that's-
Well, NDC does have a conference in Sydney
That's
as
true,
well,
that's
so
true.
we can do the whole circle thing.
Yeah,
I have a session.
There's lots of... Actually, I want
Which
to go
means
there. Lots
I will
of familiar speakers.
probably spend my birthday in London.
Is that true?
Yeah, because the conference ends on the 28th, and I think my session is on the 28th. So most probably, I will spend my
So what
birthday
you're
there.
saying is that on the 29th, we're going to...
The sci-fi shop.
yes.
Which
is
we're
called...
blanking on. World of something, no?
No.
It's something big. We should get our geek cards revoked.
What is the name of the shop?
We know. Sci-fi shop London. It's the sci-fi shop. Sci-fi collector. Forbidden Planet.
There we go.
It was something big. A planet is big.
First, Google. I feel lucky.
Yep.
But we got more news. .NET Conf is coming up in the beginning of November, and I have a talk. You have a talk.
And Jeff refers to it as the Engstrom hour.
Yeah. So it's really, really early in the morning. Let's check the agenda here.
Well,
So-
depending on where you are in the world,
Absolutely.
it's either late or just good enough, or
yeah.
as in our
So
case,
it-
a little bit early.
So
Not
to
too
be
early.
honest, so it says like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we got the last session on Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
So it's the last session on what they call Wednesday.
Yeah.
But this is actually very
For us,
early
it's-
in
well,
Thursday.
It's early, not very early. Very early is
It's
6 o'clock.
extremely early.
No, it's not. If you have your daily scrum at 10, it's very early, but
That's what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Oh, enterprise IoT with full .NET using Meadow.
Hey,
We had those
we
guys
had those on. We did.
Cool. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff there, so
Yeah.
definitely worth checking out. Okay.
But we
So,
also have a backlog.
We also have a backlog.
Speaking of daily stand-ups. See
Well,
what
I'm
I did
standing,
there?
you're sitting. What's
well,
up with that?
That's not what stand-ups are for. Are
Okay.
they? And no, it's not a 4-hour meeting either.
All right. So,
Do you know what I have done?
no,
I have fixed some images.
you have?
Yeah, because it's... Well, I haven't fixed all of them, but a handful.
So we could say you fixed the pod images.
No. I fixed
You
some of them.
started.
It's an ongoing. I've started it. It's ongoing. Finally, I updated it. I uploaded like 10 or 11 or something, so it's not too many, but
That's good. Okay, so
hopefully we can see that today.
It's been a while, so let's just pop into the old sprint and check what we did last time.
In Sprint 9.
We implemented the YouTube API. I
Right.
remember that. We added sponsors to the menu. Remember that as well.
Yeah.
Fixed the light theme.
We did, but I also messed up in a way.
We fixed some things. We still
Turned
got
out
things
I
to do.
put some code in the wrong place.
We added an about page.
Yep. The page, not the content.
Yeah, and we link from the video page. Okay. So let's take a look at our backlog. Fix home.
Yep.
Let's do that.
Yeah. And we are getting better and better at actually writing the items and descriptions and what do we mean by this. Because if you have been out for 3 weeks or 2 weeks, like we did, you don't remember what fix the page means.
What is broken?
Just a pro tip. I know from experience.
I did some research while we were on vacation, and I saw that.
And with vacation, you mean spoke? No, it actually was a vacation. We went and bought some Lego.
So apparently Twitch has a schedule, an ICS, so an iCal.
Yeah.
So it's possible to retrieve all those nice things, so we could show off when the next session is or the next stream is.
That's good.
So let's add
That's
that
helpful.
as well. Add text to about.
Yeah.
We're going to do that? Okay.
At least a quick text that we can edit later. So it's better than the one we have live today.
Yep.
Let's
Correct
put
the
it like
CSS
that.
theming.
Yeah, we need to do that
do
because
that.
again, there was an oopsie.
Style the video page.
Sure.
Why not? Make episodes images clickable in podcast. Yes, let's do that as well. Remove player.
Well, that's
think
good
I know
because
how to do that.
today we have 2 players. Your version and the standard version. Yeah.
Fix the sponsor page. Now we have 8 items.
No, we have more.
Resize the image.
Yes,
Okay.
if we have time.
This one we will not do, right?
No,
So 9 things.
because I started, but I'm not done. We have a few. I have like 40 images left. To
But
fix.
most of these are quite small, I think.
Yeah. And
So-
also fix the pod images. I don't think people want to see me change the URL and upload images
Actually,
to
it's
Libsyn.
kind of fun watching you do things with Photoshop because it's done.
No, I just like keyboard shortcuts, and I know how many seconds it takes to load a certain thing. So I do shortcut, counter 3, another shortcut, enter, and I'm done.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, fix home and schedule page. This is actually the same page, so it's a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
so,
it's add a schedule.
Yeah. So let's pop into Visual Studio if I can find it. Where are you?
I see
there
it.
you are.
I see it. You have it.
I have it. I have it. And let's just take a look at what it looks like today. Let's reload it. So,
Do you have a light theme?
for some reason, I do.
Yeah. So while we're at it, you can show my oopsie.
I don't remember what that
Go
was.
into
Okay,
podcasts and
podcasts.
episodes. Yeah, and look at the text here.
episode.
And the text here.
So
It's invisible.
So this is kind of built-in security.
Yes.
So it's unreadable.
Yes.
Yeah,
You can
fair
only
enough.
see the URLs. No, actually, I think I know what happened. I think Visual Studio was trying to be nice and helpful when I added the CSS variable and I just clicked enter on the wrong one. So it's not a big deal.
But let's come back to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's pop into our index page.
Can we remove the output window?
No, it's stuck.
Unstuck it. Unstick it?
Unstick it.
I don't know.
This is a stick up. Okay, so this is what we have today. This is our front page, full of information. It's amazing. No, it's not. So first thing we're gonna do, so do you want to add the latest podcast or do you want to add the iCal first?
iCal.
Okay, let's do that.
Because why not?
Because why not? So let's add a NuGet package. And this is called iCal.net, I hope. There we go.
It may or may not be called
download that one.
iCal.net.
Install it, yes please. And we'll go back to the index page. So now we need a couple of usings. So first of all, let's see, actually let's pop into the content service. So this is the first thing we need to do. We need to add functionality to retrieve this information.
Makes sense.
So we're going to up here, where we have a little bit of URLs. See if we can get a little bit bigger here. There we go.
All right. We get our list of podcasts and stuff.
Yes. So let's copy this one because copy is always faster.
Sometimes.
And we're going to say iCal URL. But that's not the iCal URL.
It does not look like it.
And wouldn't it be super nice if someone has prepared this
Did someone do that?
kind of like in here? That would be awesome.
Look at that. I told you we were getting better at those.
If that's better, I don't want to talk about how it was before.
It was not good. Fix the page.
And webcal, we need to get it by using HTTPS, just normal friendly.
Your friendly neighborhood HTTPS.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so let's see here. Where we got.
Okay, so we're getting that from Twitch, the Twitch API. Do we need to do anything to get a hold of that? Do we have to apply for?
No, that's a nice thing. We don't have to use their API.
Okay.
And that's kind of what I'm looking for when I'm using the RSS. We couldn't use the RSS for YouTube. We had to use the API.
Tried.
Yeah.
Didn't work for our purposes.
Hopefully, we won't have to use the Twitch API. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong.
So the iCal we can utilize, but we don't have to go full on API for now. For now. That's good. That's good.
So let's create a list.
I like when they think about everyone.
So we're going to add a list with a calendar.
Nope.
Calendar. There we go.
So that was the word that got you.
Yeah.
Calendar.
Let's see. Let's add a using. And what did I do to get that menu? Your nemesis.
My nemesis. Is it control dot or is it space dot?
Yeah,
it's control
control
dot.
dot.
Yeah. I was. Yeah, that is my nemesis. Well, it's. I like it as long as you include it when you are doing it in secret.
And so we
at least say that. So thank you for that.
So we're gonna get the Twitch schedule, and Visual Studio says, "Hey, you might want to have this as null," and I do. That's absolutely true. Let's add a question mark there as well, so that it actually can be null.
Oh, right.
Now we don't have any errors just yet for that, but just going to keep it nice and easy to read.
Greetings, programs!
Hey, Richard.
Greetings!
Okay.
Does he have any raccoons for us? He's our raccoon fence.
So let's create a method. So it's going to be, it's going to be task. That's true.
He has a mama and 3 babies.
And what are the odds of you bringing those to Norway or London? Whatever
We
works for you.
can come get them.
That's true. We can take the car.
No. Then you're driving.
Deal.
You're not driving my car. That one backfired.
So we're going to retrieve a list of calendar events.
They let trash pandas live and let live around there. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Oh, they would definitely live here as well.
Yeah, they would have tutus
Be
and
so fat.
7-course dinners. And if you ask nice, you might get a clip. Okay, so we're getting the Twitch schedule.
Yes. And it's going to be an async method. So there we go. Okay, so just as with the other, when we're getting YouTube clips and all of that, we want to cache this when we just want to get it once.
Yeah.
Or
As few times as possible.
Yeah. So we're going to check if the Twitch schedule is not actually equals null. There we go. And then we want to get the information. So I'm going to say using. I seriously hate Visual Studio.
Because it knows exactly what you want to do? Is that why?
that is not exactly what I want to do, but that's
Close
pretty
enough.
darn close. So I want to create a variable. I want to call it client. No. Client. And I want to use the HTTP factory.
But it is scary how Visual Studio is able to, well, the AI in Visual Studio is able to fix things. Sometimes you want to do the most obscure thing and it's still, I think it's this you want.
And it happens almost every day. I'm like, no. Actually, that is exactly what I want to do.
Oh, at the moment, the Nest website is having too many requests because...
Too many raccoons.
Yeah, don't know how to scale. That's a difficult one.
We actually got a Ring device just recently. We still haven't hooked everything up, but we have it.
Yeah. We try to put it in the window just for now, but that did not work because the IR or whatever it's sending out, the window was acting as a mirror when it's dark, so they couldn't detect anyone. But we're putting it outdoors for Halloween, though.
Yeah. Because...
Uh-oh, going down the Amazon path.
well,
our car is still on Google, so...
That's true. That's true.
We go both ways. Why discriminate?
Well, we did have Alexa as well. Or
Cortana. Yeah. When that wasn't dead.
All the things.
Yeah. But I think they're good at different things. The Google devices is very good at looking up things. And the Alexa devices is amazingly human. I say please and thank you to Alexa, and she seems to appreciate that. While I say thank you to the car when the car turns the heater on or off, and it says nothing. So yeah.
That's no good.
No, I know.
Okay, I see what I did here.
You have red squigglies.
I have red squigglies.
Well, it is almost Halloween, so.
Let's see if this works.
Is that
better.
your costume for this year? A red squiggly line? That's an idea. Alexa is Canadian. Our Alexa apparently is, because she's super nice. If I say thank you, she says, "You're welcome. Have a good night." I like it. Feels a little cold when I talk to the car and it just beeps and nothing.
Yeah, you got your
steering wheel heater.
Okay, so what I did here is that I'm checking if the Twitch schedule, if I don't have a Twitch schedule right now,
yep.
I'm creating a HTTP client to get it. I am getting a string with all the data. I am using the static method or object calendar to load the calendar. And I'm going to say calendar.calendar
because why not?
and get all the events into a list and then return the Twitch schedule. So if I already have it, I'm just going to return it, and everything is going to be great.
Awesome.
Everything is awesome. Okay, so let's take a look at our index page. So now I've learned that for things to look remotely good here, I need to add a class here.
Yes, please. Thank you. That would be amazing.
That is called page content.
Yeah. So that's just the page content holder, if you will. So it will put everything in the middle and have a little equal spacing on the left and right side.
Okay. So let's add a H1. We might want to think about
H1? Okay. Yeah. Carry on. Carry on.
What are you doing with H1?
A little bit like that.
Maybe this might be an H2.
Yeah, I'm using H2 for similar stuff, but
okay,
go ahead.
I can change on the fly. Let's do an H2. That's fine.
Hey, we have a viewer. I'm about to start learning coding. What language is this? I'm interested in AI. What do you think about it? So Jimmy is using Blazor.
And what is the language?
C#.
C#.
C#. So this is a way to do amazing and really fast stuff on the web using C# instead of JavaScript and
other horrible things.
No, it's just you. It's locally you who thinks that. And welcome to the developer community.
And AI is so much fun. You have dabbled a little bit with AI.
Well, I wouldn't say AI as much as cognitive services, because I'm not at that level. But cognitive services, which companies like Google, IBM, Amazon, Microsoft have made available for developers. So we can use, for instance, I made a superhero detector. If I show an image or a figurine or upload an image for that matter, hold up a cover or something, it will tell if it's a Marvel or DC character for now. And that was made in the vision from Microsoft Cognitive Services, Azure Cognitive Services.
We actually had it running on the HoloLens as well.
Yeah, we did.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. So the HoloLens is a holographic AR headset, maybe we can call it. Mixed reality, augmented reality. Yeah. You can see the real world and also virtual stuff. Pretty cool. Okay, so what are we doing now?
So first of all, we need a variable to store the Twitch schedule that we're going to get from the service. So we're going to add a Twitch schedule here. And in this case, I'm saying, hey, I'm going to create a new list That's going to be fine. I don't need to know if it's null or not. I'm just going to be happy that it's an empty list. And then I'm going to go
Can you scroll up a little?
I can.
Thank you.
Override. IntelliSense, help me. No?
No IntelliSense for you.
There we go. We're back.
We're back! Thank you! I think it was all the Halloween talk. Or that you bashed JavaScript again.
StreamYard was like, hey, I'm made of JavaScript.
Exactly. Thank you for your help also. That was interesting.
Never happened.
No, everything said that we were online. Except Twitch. That's...
odd.
Yeah, very. Okay, so what have you done?
Okay, so I have created
We had some strange issue. It just said 0 viewers and everything else said we were online. And thank you for joining us. That was so strange. It was only Twitch that thought we were offline. I still think it's because you tried to bash JavaScript again.
Oh, I bashed JavaScript.
No, you were...
With an attitude.
You always do.
Okay, so I created a variable for our Twitch schedule and also added a onInitialized sync method, which is the method that's going to kick in when the page loads. So next up, we're going to do some fun stuff. We're going to add a file. Actually, I'm not going to be able to do that from there. I need to go up here and add a new item.
And what are we adding?
You can never guess.
Is it JavaScript? That's what you get. You have a JavaScript allergy, I think.
So we're going to name it index.razor because that's our index page name.
Yeah.
.js.
Okay.
So this is something new in .NET 6, which is called co-located JavaScript.
And what does co-located JavaScript mean?
Co-located JavaScript, if I put it in the right project.
You put it in the wrong project? Whoops.
Actually, I couldn't do that. Let me try that again then. There we go. Perhaps. Sure. Means that the JavaScript is going to be located just by the index.razor file.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
actually
it's
behind
kind of...
your head.
There we go.
So it's going to live down together.
Okay, so kind of like...
Open that one up, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, a child.
Yeah.
There we go.
So let's add a little bit of JavaScript because I want
To write JavaScript. Can someone please clip this?
So what I want to do is I want to be able to show our Twitch schedule in the browser's local time.
That would be amazing. Because that's always an issue.
Yeah.
When we tweet in 2 different time zones.
Yeah.
But to be more including, I would love to have more, but...
And since the only way of us knowing what time zone you are in, the visitor on the page, we need to do a JavaScript call. So we're going to write export function. Let's name it get time zone name, because we're going to get the name of the time zone. Surprise, surprise. So we're going to do this. We're going to go intl because for some reason. Datetime format and resolve options dot time zone. Why do you do this, you ask? Because the internet told me.
Well, that is one thing that I really like with live streaming and talking to real developers.
Are you counting me as a real developer?
Yes, I do. You've been developing since you were 7, so that's basically 200 years.
I've been working as a developer more than half of my life.
Yeah. But what I like is, because for me, who's not a developer, for me it seems like this huge, impossible task. And then you say, well, I had to Google it. My job is basically to do Google things. And I like that. So thank you for sharing that.
So we talked about, my colleague said that he read somewhere, what language would you code in if you were not allowed to use Google? And someone answered, well, I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna go to Stack Overflow.
Yeah.
Which we actually have a show about, a podcast about.
We do.
Coming up next month.
Mm. Oh, you missed the explanation that I was making. The superhero detector. This stream just stopped. Yeah, that's. So I was using Microsoft Azure. How can I blank the name that I just
Cognitive
said?
Services.
Cognitive Services. And I think it was called the Vision API.
Yes.
Not sure if it's still called that, because they are famous for changing the names all the time. So
I'm going to continue writing code while you're talking, because this is not as interesting to watch, and just go through it.
So basically,
afterwards.
the extent of my AI knowledge here, which is why I said I could do cognitive services and not AI, is that they already did all of the hard stuff for me. So I basically created an account, uploaded like 1,200 images, and I went through and marked them as Marvel or DC or not, and I kind of went through a training loop to see if it had any issues, and then you helped me write the code. So there's so many cool stuff you can do, even if, like for me, I'm not an AI person. And again, IBM, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they have done and trained these massive machines, and some of them is even free to use. So that's pretty amazing. I like that. Okay, so what are you injecting?
All right, so I added a namespace, and I'm injecting the IJS runtime and the content service. And I always forget about the trusty old Microsoft dot. What is it called?
JS interop.
JS interop. Is it called that? Yes, it is. There we go. So I'm injecting the content service, which we our
That's
calendar and
we,
YouTube
yeah,
and all of that lives
where
in.
we get
And
all
also
our
a
content.
JS runtime. Mm-hmm. So JS runtime, invoke async. So now we're going to invoke a JavaScript call. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get back something called an IJS object. IntelliSense, help me. There we go. So this is going to be a reference to a JavaScript. So now we're using a JavaScript interop, but we're getting the file inside of our code. So we don't need to include it in our web page. We don't need to add the script there. Mm-hmm. So
that's always good.
It is. And we're going to run the command import like that. And what do we want to import? We want to import,
Is it the time zone?
It is. But first we have content because we want to tell Blazor that the file you're looking for is probably in another assembly. Now, this is the same assembly, but we're going to call it from another one. So we need to have the path where that's going to live
whole path
at that point.
Yeah.
So content coding after work dot components / index dot razor dot js.
And that's the file name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember now.
I remember. And what we want to do is we want to add a time zone as well. So we can just add a string.
I really like that it's localized.
Zone name. Just going to leave it empty for now. And we're going to add time zone name equals. And we're going to await the JS ref that we created.
But you can await it? Sorry, I had to.
That's the Canadian version, right?
Could be.
So JS, and we're going to invoke. Need to have a capital R. Come on, IntelliSense, help me out here. No? Okay, I'm doing this wrong. Sorry about that. This should, of course, be.
Oh, wrong brackets.
Generic. Now, there we go.
IntelliSense.
So invoke async. We're expecting back a string with the time zone, and we are executing the get time zone name. I think I had it with a capital N as well. Let's check that. Yes. So this will give us the time zone, the name of the time zone.
Right.
Great. So let's get our Twitch schedule. Twitch. The IntelliSense is not with me today. Let's copy and paste and make things happen anyways. So we're going to use the content service, and we're going to get the Twitch schedule async, so something like that. And let's just add, since IntelliSense didn't work, let's also add the base dot on initialize the sync.
So what's the base?
The base is the file. So every component inherits from a base class.
Okay.
So I'm just going to say run that as well. I don't think it actually has any code in it.
No, but just in case, and yeah.
So there we go. Okay, so let's pop up here. So upcoming streams. So let's see what we can do. Let's add I actually think I started off writing just a little bit of that. There we go. So we got a for each. For each E, which is going to be event, because I don't want to write everything. Long, tricky names.
Well, 4 more letters, but sure.
Well, you saw me spell calendar. So.
Yeah, that's true. And the weight.
So in here, we want to add since we are using H2 now, let's add an H3 with the @ Actually, we're not going to have an @ there. We're going to have an @ here.
And the @ is to show that now we're differentiating from HTML and we're going into code.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have been listening to my talks.
Sometimes.
And then we're going to go e.start, which is the start time. And we're going to go to time zone, parentheses, and send in the time zone or the time zone name.
Okay, so you are basically, if I understand this wrong, you are converting the start time we put in the iCal to my local time zone with the help of the time zone name.
Yes.
She can be taught! Who knew?
So let's see if it works. No, it doesn't.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so what did I do? Show me the...
Squiggly lines.
Let's see here. I'm not... Yeah, why... You know what? I'm gonna restart Visual Studio.
Yeah, sometimes. Well,
because it's...
We are using Visual Studio 2022, which is still a beta? Or is it... No, it's a preview.
It's a preview,
It's a preview, yeah.
They don't call it beta, but yes, it's a beta.
Yeah. So it has its upsides and also its funny downsides sometimes. So hopefully, sometimes, like half of the time, rebooting it will actually solve your very strange issues. Sometimes it doesn't.
Look at that. Can you tell me what's wrong?
No, because I can't see the error message. Oh, you're missing a semicolon. Uh-oh. Look at that. Yeah, it is misbehaving. But it worked out in the end. Or not.
No, this is fine. This is fine. So what it says is that I can't do JavaScript interrupt calls when I need to do it in on after render async.
Okay.
So that means that the page is going to get rendered completely, and then it can make those calls.
Oh, okay. So it can't do it while it's rendering and already have it done for you?
Exactly.
So the calendar will update later than the page.
And that would be the...
Unless it's cached.
That would be the effect of one of the solutions.
Okay.
But, so if we take a look here in... let's see here where it is. Is it in here? Is it in the host file? It is in the host file. So the host file creates a component, and it creates the app component. The app components then control all the routes and all of that stuff. So this is server pre-rendered.
Yeah.
And that means that it's going to take all the content, it's going to render it on the server, get all of those stuff you're going to get all the podcasts and all of that, and it's going to wait for the podcast to get in there, and all the YouTubes and all the Twitch thingies.
Which, of course, is slower.
And then it's going to push the page to the user.
Yeah.
Now, technically, this is going to be the fastest route if we're looking for a finished load page.
Yeah.
But if we're looking for the perceived speed, we want to see the page as fast as possible, and then put in the data.
Yeah, that's how I...
So we can remove the pre-rendered stuff.
The missing semicolons explain the weird indentation it was giving you before.
So we can just say server.
Oh,
so what's going to happen
so
then
it's not
is
pre-rendering on the server, it's just rendering on the server.
Exactly. So by doing that, I can run JavaScripts and all of that, because it's not going to render everything on the server. It's going to push the changes to the client, and when it does, it can load.
Yeah, so it kind of depends on what you want to use your page for, or how you want to load it, because when it's cached, it will be super fast if it's pre-rendered, right? But as you said, perceived speed is what I care about, because UX and all that.
Yeah.
It's all about perceived speed and perceived everything.
So I'm going to go into settings, and I'm going to change the appearance, I believe. There we go.
Yeah, you can't live without your dark mode.
Yeah, and also
I know.
CSS was doing stuff.
I know.
So now it's showing I don't know where.
Why is it showing?
Nothing. I have nothing. It's really odd.
So part 7 and part 8 is almost 2 months old.
And 9 is nowhere to be found.
9 is gone, and 10, okay. So thank you, iCal.
It could be that episode 9 was not scheduled in the normal way. It was actually scheduled all Thursdays or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm not sure about that. But we
interesting.
definitely don't want to show all of those.
No.
We want to show the ones that...
Upcoming,
exactly. So let's pop into the Twitch schedule here. We're gonna do where? No? Where?
That where?
Or E, because I don't want to
Events.
type things. Where the end time is greater than...
Is it today? Or now? No?
Almost, because it's using some odd calendar interface thingy. So we need to create a cal date time.
Oh, okay.
Like that. And then we need to put in date time now.
Okay. So if it ends further into the future than exactly now, we count it as an upcoming.
Yes.
Yeah, event.
So it's basically going to say, until we end this stream, it's going to say, hey, the next stream is...
Yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see if... There we go.
There we go.
Did you see? I just saved the page and it just changed.
Hot reload.
Now, the really cool thing is, let's say I'm in Canada. So
Are you going to simulate that?
I'm going to try.
Raccoon country.
So I'm going to extension options. So I have an extension called, I never remember the name. Show me the name.
Change time zone. No?
It might actually be called that. I think it's called change time zone. Time shift. It's the whole name. So let's say that I'm in Canada.
Exactly. Westbearland. Or Washing Bear, as we call them here.
I'm assuming they have... Do they have American time there? Is that what they're counting as?
I hope Richard left.
But the time zone is the same, right?
But we have the same time zone as in South Africa, and we don't have South African time.
Yeah, but I don't see Canada here.
No, because Canada is large. It's more than one. So for...
Yeah, I know that.
Do you though? So check. It should be like -7. So British Columbia, for instance, it should be GMT -7, I think.
Okay, let's just pick one.
Yeah, pick something else because it's
let's
not
pick
that
Sydney.
Fun. It's not that fun just showing, looking at you trying to find something in the list.
So let's go in here. Let's reload the page, and it's apparently 4:30
in Sydney.
In the morning, I assume, in Sydney.
Yeah, since this is localized, it should be at night. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is kind of cool, and it says Australia, Sydney there as well.
Which is overly clear, which I like.
I don't think we're gonna
make
all of those.
All the
things.
10 items we wanted to do.
I still have a couple of things left here.
Yeah.
Do you want to jump in, or do you want me to?
That's fine. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Do you want me to jump in?
I'm fine. I can continue.
Will I forget what I was going to do? Yes. But that's a me problem.
Okay, so let's...
And since we're better in the backlog nowadays...
Yeah. So let's add a latest podcast. Let's say... Let's eliminate all those key presses. So we're going to have a podcast episode, latest podcast episode. We're going to have the latest YouTube vid. latest vid. Let's call it vid. Well, it makes more sense. Pod, sure. Vid. It's not podcast, sure. Not video.
Sure. Yeah, I think our page is called vid or video. Yeah, YouTube vid it's called, the Razor.
So what's up with this? Why is this green?
Because green is that it has the potential of being null, which it's telling you it's up to you now to handle this.
Yeah.
I'm just leaving this with you, and you can fix it by putting a question mark in front of it.
Yeah.
So it's showing it,
so
that it's nullable.
So I have nullable activated for the project. So I need to say that, yes, I want... No.
Not like that.
Yes, I know this can be null. I'm fine with it being null. So the green squiggly disappears.
Yeah. But I like that it's...
There.
I like that it's kind of... Are you aware that you may or may not have an issue?
Yeah.
So that's good.
So let's go latest pod equals... I'm going to have parentheses. Await. Content service.
Yeah, because that's
not
where we
with
get
a big C.
all our content.
And we're going to get our episodes, because that's our podcast episodes. And we're going to get the first, because we already have it ordered that way, first or default. So for some reason, if this is broken, we're going to get null back. And why is that?
A purple squiggly.
Wait. Okay. It says that we need to restart the application if we add stuff like this.
Oh, okay.
That's just the hot reload. And vid, I think. Yeah. And instead of that, we need to get the
YouTube video. And it's not helping
Dear
you.
IntelliSense.
1 out of 5. Won't recommend.
Rebuild and apply changes. Okay, let's see what happens. Failed.
Well, you had to reboot it. Didn't it say?
May I have forgotten something? No. That seems right. Get YouTube videos. It's actually not a vid, it's called video.
Oh, there you go.
The YouTube vid is actually the page and not the video file or class.
The naming convention we are using, I would not recommend either, because our mantra for getting the new page up is, as long as it's better than the one we have, which is not that hard, we should just do it and reiterate over it later and fix the code and all of that stuff. As long as it's up to par with the one we have, which again is not hard.
So we got latest episodes.
Oh, maybe we can get to see if the images I actually changed got through.
Well, I wasn't planning on having images here, but sure.
You weren't?
No.
Okay. Be like that then. It's still better than the one we have. No, but I meant when you are loading that, I'm guessing you can click it or something?
Yes.
Yep.
That I can do. Okay, so we want to have the title, latest pod dot title. There we go. We're gonna have a span. Nice looking title. And href. No, with a space. There we go. And so now we are adding a little bit. We say that in the quotes we want to have C#. Want to have this thingy that I never remember the name of.
The The dollar sign?
Yeah, I know it's a dollar sign, but the string concatenation thingy.
Oh, okay. Dollar sign?
I think Stacy helped me with the name of that last time.
Oh, yeah, she's good like that.
I never remember the name. Okay, so latest pod dot ID. So the link is going to the /episodes/ the ID of the podcast. And it's going to say listen. And now we're going to do the exact same thing. Actually, we can grab that one as well. No? Actually, we're going to have like this. We're going to have an H3 podcast. So I'm a developer.
Mm-hmm.
You're a UX designer. I'm going to leave the UXing to you.
Oh, thank you.
YouTube. You're going to so regret that you say that. I'm so much better now.
Yeah. I maybe need to redact a few podcasts I've been on. Can you say that without also doing an evil laugh? Don't think so. Don't think so.
Okay, let's see here. There we go. And there we go.
There we go.
Or 90. Latest podcast. Finding the signing from scratch.
And you were not lying.
I never lie.
Because we need some styling on this.
And let's check out. There we go. New page.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the white outlines. Can you go to the podcast overview? See, some of it actually came through. Stop scrolling. Stop scrolling.
Hey, there's Stacy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Still some work to do that. But
so we have. So I had a couple of things that I had on my list to do. So I want to be able to click the image.
yeah, that would be awesome.
Let's pop into the podcast.
And there we go.
Where are you? The episodes. There it is.
Again, naming convention isn't our strong suit.
Just gonna take that code and just pop it in like that. I'm just putting an A tag around the episode.
Oh, around the
episode
image as well. Yeah. So we don't
Look at
only
that.
have it. Yeah.
Boom.
And
It's
Jeff
not
is
working.
clickable.
There we go.
There we go. Awesome.
This kind of looks cool. Look at it.
We might have to
Check it out again.
change the sizing of those images though. But that's later. But now we have 2 players again.
We have 2 players. So let's take a look at that as well. Let's go into
because
episode.
one is default and one is your component.
Yes. And we are going to remove. We're actually going to remove the speed buttons. Just going to comment them out.
Did you say rem?
No.
Did you say rem
No,
the code?
I did not do
So,
that.
I heard that Jimmy was going to rem the code.
I did not say that.
That's the old-fashioned way of commenting out code.
Okay. How do you know about it?
I'm married to you since what, 19 years? I know stuff.
Okay, so what I did was I took the Blossom audio controls and put them just beneath the image. And I need to...
So before we, the reason you did the controls is that we would like to be able to change the audio stream, the speed of the stream. Or we want to be able to send a listener or to a friend or something exactly at this point in time. Like, look at this funny thing when Jimmy said rem the code. And I can send that to Stacy and she can laugh and we can have fun.
I didn't say rem.
I heard it.
Did not. I didn't.
I think you did. Because people are laughing. That's fine. You are allowed to.
I need to sheet just a little bit to figure out what.
Well, it is Halloween, so you can put a sheet over your head and go as a ghost.
So do you know why monsters never eat ghosts?
Why?
Because they taste like sheet.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There we go. There it is. Okay. So I'm gonna go.
I am wearing my scariest shirt ever.
So now
GC shirt.
I'm going to go into the CSS here, and I'm going to break things.
You're going to break things?
I'm going to go to the episode.
What are you breaking?
Am I going to go to the episode image? No. There we go. This episode image. I'm going to grab that one. I'm going to copy that one. And I'm going to say episode player. Like that. I'm going to remove this one.
Okay, so you're just copying.
Have a block. I'm going to have auto. I'm going to have a margin instead. Margin top.
And the reason that you are doing a display block and margin left and right to auto is to be able to center it. So this is one way of centering things.
Yes.
There's plenty of ways nowadays. That is not the center tag. That did not work.
And the center tag is not a... is that working still?
No, I don't think so. I hope so.
Definitely
I
not
don't
recommended.
Hope it does. No, exactly.
There we go.
Yay!
So now we have the player
have
just beneath here, and we only have one of them.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Okay, so let's take a look at what we are supposed to do today.
Yeah, we have like 500 things because for some reason we thought that we could be able to do that.
So fix home. I've done that. Have you? Yes, I have.
Well,
done.
According to the requirements in that item.
Schedule page.
Well, that you did.
Add text about. That's actually, I think that's your
on
thing,
me, I
right?
think, yeah.
Correct the CSS, style, clickable, podcasts. I've done that. Done. Remove player. Done that.
You have done. So basically you're saying you did all the things and mine is left.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We still do have 20 minutes.
Okay. Let's do something then. Let's break some stuff and let's change the computer so we don't have... Look at that. That looks funny on stream. Walking over like that. And you are standing on my cord.
Am I?
Yeah, you were. That's fine. I can work cordless. No, I can't. Okay, so let's see. And we have 2 different computer mouses and... Or is it computer mice? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so we had some issues with the light theme. Is it the one on here?
Stacy says mice.
Mice? Okay. 2 mice. So we had... What is fix home? We wanted... No, this you have done.
I've done that.
Why is it still...
Well, it's still going to be in the sprint.
Oh, right. Okay.
So add text to about, maybe?
Add text to about. Yeah, we can do that.
And you have prepared.
I have prepared.
You come prepared.
Well, I didn't get your bio.
Did I sound convincing?
You did.
Yes, you did.
You did. Okay.
You didn't get my bio?
Not in time, no. And you said you updated it, but you didn't say where or where I could get it.
I can grab it.
Let's see. So we have an about page. And why does our about page say sponsor? That's
because
and our sponsor page says about.
Well, that's
that's what you get when you're copying files and You fix half of it. Okay, so which one am I going to use for the about? The about?
Doesn't matter as long as the
And we
route
change
is...
that to about. And while I still remember, I'm going to change the sponsor route to sponsors because I know that this will blow up otherwise. And
it's all true.
It is. It is. Where do I have the other mouse cursor? Where is it? I don't even know where I have the about page. Okay. But now it says sponsors here. Okay. Just put it in there. Can I fix the horrible light theme first? Because it's bugging me.
You can do it in whatever order you like.
That would be great. Because that's kind of embarrassing. So if we look here at the item we have in the podcast list and the podcast text, or the podcasts, the text is not visible when we're using the light theme. Same thing with drop-down menu if we go to mobile. So in the YouTube video .razor, where are you? Do you have that open? There we go. We want to find the content. See, this one is an H2. That's why I yelled at you.
Yelled at me? Did you do that?
No, I didn't. Well, not out loud. Okay, so what we want to do outside of this is add a div. So let's do that. So we can put that. Your keyboard is broken.
It is.
Yeah.
I agree.
So let's put in a class. Thank you for your help, Visual Studio. I've got this. And this is the same class we used before, that you used the page content, just the content, putting it in the center with a little padding on left and right. And where do we want that to end? We want that to end over here. And we want to remove the size of the image because we actually have a class for that. And we should use that. Now I'm coding in Swedish. And we have, is it the episode? Come on, Visual Studio. Episode image, I think. There we go. Let's see what happened. Where's the page? And where are we doing this? We're doing this on YouTube and inside. Whew, that looks interesting. Let's pick this video. It doesn't have as horrible text. And if I press F12, I can actually change. I can simulate the light theme. If I can find the actual...
You can change the settings as well, I'm fine.
But I don't know where to do that in the settings. Rendering. And here we go. We prefer light. So
no, we don't.
In this rendering we do. In this rendering we do. And now the text isn't visible. So, well, oops.
Hey, look at me. I'm on the screen.
Oh, and you have your raccoon t-shirt.
Keep calm and love raccoon.
Yeah. But I think I know what the issue is. I think that in our CSS file, I accidentally used the wrong CSS.
Do you know that I specifically picked that t-shirt for that day because I knew I was going to record that video. I was looking for the nicest t-shirt I had.
Is that so? What video was that?
the how to use OBS with
right.
multiple cameras.
Oh, right. Where do I find the CSS file? On the other computer.
It's in the other project. There it is. root.
In the other project. Oh, there we go. Because I need to find what the real name is that we're supposed to do. Oh, it is in the nav. It's somewhere in the navigation here. Okay, so we are using the transparency color here. And I'm pretty sure that this should be the hover color.
Seems reasonable, I guess.
Yeah, let's see if that helps anything. No? Still nothing.
But nav is just the navigation, the
Oh,
menu.
right. That's the navigation, of course. Still had a issue there. We also need to put in over here. Where is it? Let's see. Here we have a hover. And where's the body? Yeah, so we need to do some changes as well because first of all, we have the menu font color, and I'm pretty sure that should be the hover font color again. Because if it's the same as the menu, it worked in the beginning and in dark themes. Because we were supposed to change the theme even on the menu. But now we decided not to do that, but always keep it gray no matter what theme you have. So only change the content page, and then we can't obviously still change the variable. So this is the hover color, not the hover font color. Jeez. So I was almost going to do that again. But we also had an issue when we do that. So now we have a readable text, but now this went away because stuff happens. And we also need to remove the A here. So what this means, if I bring that back, what this means is style all the A's and all the body the same way. But it turns out that worked in some cases and not in others because the URLs went array.
Right.
So we need to remove that. And on, let's see, where do we need to put that back then? I'm thinking on paper. No.
Thinking on paper.
Yeah. Because we already have here a text decoration that we have removed everywhere. And we want to add the color here as well. So let's put it on this for now. We thought that it was better not to do that because we would have more options if we had different URLs and we might want a footer and stuff like that. So let's use the hover font color here as well. And since this is using a variable, it will change depending on where we're at. And then we have a navigation A as well that we messed up now. That's the one we messed up. So we need to put the color back on this one because we removed it from the A.
Right.
And here we, that must be the menu font color. So let's see if this works. Let me just put a semicolon.
This is exciting.
Is it though? Yeah, look at that. We have colors.
And you just saved, switch windows, and everything is updated.
Yeah, I did save.
Yeah.
I did save. Sometimes you don't even have to save, which is nice. So now we actually got that to work. So the big test. Let's see if it still works in dark theme. Let's remove that and not emulate. What? It does not.
What
because
happened?
this is the hover hover text, and I probably put it in the wrong place, didn't I?
The body should perhaps not have hover.
No, that wasn't the body. Did I put it in the body?
No, I don't know. Yes.
Yes, that's the
Okay.
hover color. No, that should
Shouldn't that just be color or something?
or font color or something. Let's or hover font color. Let's try the font color. There we go.
There we go.
So, whew.
Close one.
Oh yeah. So I made it work on the live theme. Every single episode. We need to fix the theme.
Guess what we're gonna do today?
Fix the
Hi,
theme.
kids.
We also had a issue with we haven't gotten there yet. We have said that why is the frame rate? How do I get rid of that?
I don't know. I think you clicked something when.
Yeah, I probably did. Let's close the. How do I close the tool when it's on the right side? So I have my developer tools down. There we go.
Hey, look at me.
So we had the issue of we're focusing on the web page for a computer or a laptop or everything above 700 pixels. But we can't actually go smaller than this because the image is too big. So we could at least just remove the image and fix that later, but just remove the image because it looks ridiculous on a cell phone. Well, it still does today. Maybe not that ridiculous though. Which we actually can do in CSS. But I think it's all the way down here somewhere because we have a media query that is checking.
So media query makes it possible for us to have a specific CSS styles for a particular screen size.
Yeah, exactly. And at this time, we are asking for the screen size. And if it's a minimum of 700 pixels, use this CSS. Otherwise, use everything else.
So if it's bigger than 700 pixels,
this goes in.
Yeah.
And if it's not, it's the rest of the page. I think we have a comment as well. Thank you for joining us, Reds Rodrigo, and I hope to see you next time.
Now I'm out of frame here.
Oh yeah, you're used to being on this side. Okay, so in this media query, when it's large enough, the size is large enough, we have to change some things around. Let's see what we have done here. I think we need to fix the header, because in the header, that's the top, the gray part here, right? This is the header. And that's the one that is too big. And here we are just saying do stuff. And that does not affect that. Interesting. But we have a header image. And actually we don't want to show that image if it's smaller. Am I doing this on the wrong? Why am I? Let me think. Shouldn't it be the reverse?
Yes, you should have that not in the media query.
Yeah, exactly.
You should have it outside the media query.
Exactly. So why do I have it in the media query here?
You don't.
I don't? This isn't in the media query?
The media query is beneath there.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so apparently I can't read either. I was like, why is it? So what we need to do is change the header that is outside of the media query. Okay, so let's put it over here. Here's our media query that is for all the screens that are smaller than 700. And if we put a height to 4 ems. Is it ems or rems? We're using rems here. So if we put that at 4 rems instead of the regular 17 that we actually are using to push down all the content. So that's for the small screen, right?
I just want to be very, very clear. I never said rem. You are saying rem.
There you go. But we also need a header image because it will still show up. Mm-hmm. Since when are we using those squiggly lines? Here we go. Or curly brackets. So if there's an image inside of a header, we want, if it's a small screen, we want the visibility to be hidden. We don't want to show it.
Sounds reasonable.
Yeah. So what we do need is actually to show it at the bottom, because otherwise we will be in trouble, won't we? And I'm going to try to find that. Okay, so where is the media query now? Because I have made the mistake of not putting it in there. And the header image is here. I need to show the header image, don't I? Why isn't it showing here? Because I'm on the wrong place, that's why. Could it be that?
Could be.
So the size of the header when we are using the large screen to view.
So when we are on a computer.
Yes, we want the height not to be 4 rems, because that would be super truncated and we couldn't even see the menu. We want it to be auto here. So it can fix that itself because we will have the picture showing, which we can actually show right here. Because right now, the visibility is not visible. So.
Yeah, so the default is the mobile version.
Yes.
Telling the image to not be visible.
Yeah.
And now we're configuring the mobile version saying that, the mobile version.
No,
the large. The large one, yeah, exactly.
Visible. Now I'm starting to spell like you.
It's a keyboard.
It's the keyboard.
It must be.
Visible, is that correct? Let's see what happens. So there we go. Now it's much smaller. We can still get the content down. And of course we need to move around the content because this looks ridiculous, but it at least looks a little bit better. And then we get the image back and it's visible again. So the image is here, but it's not loaded.
That's perfect.
Well, for now it is. For now it is. What else do we need to do? We could change the... We could actually change that, or we can do that when we are fixing the mobile version, because I think we have a lot to do there.
Yeah, so as Jessica mentioned, we are focusing on desktop experience. When we have the desktop experience working, we are ready to get it published.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go back and fix the mobile version.
Yeah, we're kind of, sort of in a hurry to change out the current version that we have. So whatever we can scrape together would be awesome.
So we want it to be ready for NDC. We want it to be ready for .NET Conf and all of that goodness.
Yes, so. At least it could be equally as sucky as the one we have.
Equally as sucky, yeah.
Okay, so sponsors. We do have sponsors. Again, thank you for the new lighting. We could actually put that in here as well. So first of all, our base class is actually, for this one, episodes layout. Again, the naming convention is not the best here, but we need to go back and fix that later. Let's not put in too much of that now. And what we can do is actually build this site up as the same way we did for the episodes. So we can put in a article, and we can put a class on that, which would be the episode's shadow. Episodes shadow, because I like that. I like shadows sometimes, and like so. And in the article, again, we have the H2, because we're consistent. We have the style. I want to put a style here because I'm lazy, and the center tag does not work. So we have, style equals, that's how you type it, text align center.
You're putting in a style?
Yeah, I am, I know. I'm sorry. And we have progress Telerik.
I am so sorry.
Well, better done than perfect. So for now, we're doing it like this, whether you like it or not.
But I'm assuming you feel pain while you're writing this.
No, not in particular. And we want to put in a image and okay. I remember that we need to do a lot of things here because like you said before, we need to tell that we want to get the content from coding after work. And I'm not a developer, so I'm not copying and pasting anything, which also will get me in trouble. Components / images /
So again, we're saying content, you should look in another assembly. Coding afterword.components is the name of the component of the assembly. Images is the folder inside of the www root folder, and Telerik square.png is the image.
Yeah. And we want to add the class episode image because again, this is the same layout we are using on the other page, the podcast page. And then of course we also have some content, which I will not type out, but I would put in a div with a class that is called episode, or is it episodes? I think episodes text. And then I will actually copy the text from this one. Fix sponsor page.
You come prepared.
I do. There we go. Actually, you prepared this text 2 weeks ago or something. And we could actually put this in a href as well. While we are at it, come on. Put in that, and look at this. I'm copying and pasting.
Look at that.
Well, actually, I'm cutting and pasting, but I think that's fine. Let's see if this
Cutting
breaks
corners.
anything. Does this break anything? No, it does not.
There we go.
Yay. Better than nothing. And we can actually do the copy paste. No, not that one. Let's copy paste the article for our other sponsor, which would be If Insurance. So we can change that to If Insurance, like so. And probably we should not have the Telerik
Sounds reasonable.
image for that. And what is it's called if.png, which is simple enough. And we should probably not have the same text either.
Huh. Who knew?
I know, right? They're not the same company, but they are growing their tech community.
And they're helping out in events or sponsors events like these, or
Yeah, they
user
do.
groups and all of that goodness.
And if I recall correctly, they will actually be on board for .NET Frontend Days.
Yes, they are.
Which we like.
As well as Telerik, Progress Telerik.
Yeah. So that's why we love them. Okay, so let's do the href here as well. I can do what? Look at that. No, I couldn't. So close. Did this work? I think it might have worked.
You probably want to add HTTP as well on the link.
Probably. Probably. The text didn't have that.
That's fine, but the exactly there.
No, I meant the the research you did.
And I
That's
assume
fine.
might be the same up there. No, that
Oh,
actually had HTTP.
They knew how to do it.
Yep.
They knew how to do it. There we go. And this will take us to the Blazor page. Awesome.
Page.
85 native Blazor UI elements. That is kind of cool.
It is.
Okay. So actually we got a few of the fix the sponsor page. I would say that is done. How do I mark that as done?
Just click it and change the state.
And
Done.
it is done. Save and close. You did that one. It bugs me that I can't see we did that one as well. I want to see the status on the first page.
Try
Surely
and
that's-
close the planning, perhaps.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay.
Text about, I have not done. Style the video page. Did we do that?
Don't
What
think
was
so,
the
did
issue?
we?
Light theme fix and center text and push down context. Let's see what we're talking about here.
Well, the light theme fix should be done, right?
Let's see. The YouTube page. Yeah, and the text
And
is
it's pushed
centered
down.
and
There we
pushed
go.
down. That's because I just changed the classes, the CSS classes. So it worked like magic. So the naming convention might not be the best, but it still worked.
Resize
We
the
resized the
We did
image.
that.
Well, we removed it,
Yeah.
but it's still a resize, right?
Kind of the same.
Whoops.
Well, we did remove it.
Yeah, that's true. And we only have add text to the about page. And that is basically the same thing we did for...
Let's just do it.
let's just do it?
Let's just do it.
Okay. So where's the about page? Here's the about page. And we have some text, and we should probably have an H2 here as well, right? And it should say coding after work.
Where's the Palpatine GIF when you need it? Do it!
We don't need any shadows and stuff like that for
No,
just
I don't
one
think so.
content, right?
Yeah.
So we don't have to do articles, and we don't have the images for now. Well, we do have 2 images later, but we could probably use the episode text. That one we can reuse. See? I'm learning. I'm copying stuff. So let's do that and end that div while I still remember. Help me! There we go. No?
Yeah, that's Visual Studio for you.
It helps when it wants to help.
Sometimes. Oh, you
And-
actually had a div.
No,
Okay.
that's for
Yeah.
that one. This is, why is it not doing, oh my gosh, look at the mess. Okay,
You can mark more than one line.
okay, there we go. And because it bugs me. There we go. And then we need another one. Hey, let's copy that one then. You said I need to copy everything.
You're starting
And
to...
I also happen to know that we need yet another one after this, probably. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so let's put in another H2 and call that hosts. And
So that's localhost and what else?
yes, that's localhost and stuff like that. So we have, let's put in all of that. Like so. Whew, this is messy now. So we have the hosts, and then we can put in a H3 over here, because this is where we go into Jessica. And then we have a Jimmy over here, and we can put in a H3. I will fix the stuff.
Yeah.
Because we can't check that in, can we? And
you can remove the
yeah,
last one there.
Like so. Okay, so let's see if we want to put in any breaks as well, because I think we might want to. Yes, and we probably should fix the text as well, because now we're using the smaller one. But at least we have something.
We have something. We can fix that.
Yeah, it's a couple of breaks, and it's a different styling and all of that. So I think we can do that off stream.
So, will you mark it done?
No, it's not done yet.
It's almost done.
Do you want me to mark it done when Stacy is in the chat and we are 2 against 1?
We did the specifications. We did do the specification. We added an about page. We added text to the about page.
Was that what it said?
Styled the page, though. That's something completely different.
So we should add a new one. That's what you're saying. Okay. I can live with adding stuff.
How do you think? This is kind of like Scotty on the Enterprise. So he says, yeah, it's going to take 4 days, but I'll do it in half an hour.
And they say, you have 20 minutes.
So why do you add that much time? Well, how are they else going to think about me as a miracle worker?
That is true. Okay, so let's see. What did it say? It said...
Add text to about.
Yeah, we did
We did that.
Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, done. But then we actually need to go back to our backlog.
We did all of the items.
That is kind of amazing.
Not.
And we went offline.
Yeah.
Oh, look at what Stacy said. Does it provide value without styling? No, it does not. Well,
yes,
it
does.
It did.
You can still read it.
Yeah, it kind of did.
So I think she's actually on my side here.
Style the about page. There we go. Add to bottom. But now this is probably in the current sprint because we cannot use DevOps anymore.
I have no idea why it's doing that.
No, it's not.
Odd. For the next project, we're gonna go GitHub all the way and see what's.
And I can just drag it to the backlog, or no?
I think you need to show the other. Where did that one go?
Filter. Nope. Work details. Side panel. Planning.
There it is. Now you can drag it.
Okay. Because that should not be in the current sprint. Because you don't add stuff in the current sprint. Unless there's a fire. Okay, so we actually did all this. How in the world? Well,
we are 15 minutes over, but we did have an outage as well.
Yeah, we did have a technical issue. And done is better than perfect. So, yeah. That's awesome. We actually made it. So next time we need to do the last fixes before we can go live. Or can we go live now? I don't know.
I think we might need one more iteration.
I think so too. Because again, this is the page we have to live with today.
Getting close.
Yeah. And it has the iffy images over here. And it was super cool with a carousel back then. Does not add any value at all. And these images looks horrendous. And yeah. And this is a very old picture. And yeah. So we're almost there. I mean, the links and stuff like that, we can. Those are not super important for just switching over.
That's fine too.
We have the sponsor page.
On.
We don't have the test page though.
So we're not testing this site, or is that what you're saying?
Well, we should talk with the Eagle.
Well, we do have a test project. That's what counts.
Yeah.
Are you doing any test? Well, we do have a test project. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, so I think maybe one iteration more and we can perhaps even go live on stream.
We might need to... Not sure about the timing, but we might need to do a couple of things off stream too. Because if we're going live next Thursday, we really need to have everything sorted.
Yeah. But if we do something off stream, we will of course show what we did.
Absolutely. I think it's mostly just CSS fixes if we need to.
Yeah, and the image uploads, I mean, those are just image uploads in a library on Libsyn.
Well, we can show that as well.
We can of course show that as well, but it's
but
not that
perhaps
fun.
not 60 of them.
No, perhaps not. Perhaps not. We can show one or two.
And we can and upload.
You really
Upload.
like when I use visual or Photoshop, don't you? And I'm not even good with Photoshop, but some combinations I'm really good at.
But it kind of has its beats.
Will you have a microphone on my keyboard?
Well, I could do that. We can have a camera just showing the
we
keyboard.
can have the Lego camera we use for married geeks. Yeah. Awesome.
Make a auto-tune song out of it.
Will it build?
Ooh.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.